this guy, and we can use our voices. I mean, let's not forget, in our little production team here for this little show, we have been muted and blocked by this guy on the last social media platform because he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle what we were saying to him about him, and a lot of it. And with Trump, a straight up early block, even though there were a couple of people before him, but then Trump had to stop blocking people because, there was all this thing of like, I don't think the president can do that. But that kind of subversion, that kind of getting to him, and having a power and a voice, right? Looking back on it, I started to think about his whole crowd size thing a little bit differently, and connecting, and because it was this popular vote, right? They were crowing and crowing and crowing about, oh, he won the popular vote by margins never before, blah, blah, blah. More people voted for him than ever. Blah. And we've watched that shrink rate. And as it shrinks, because more votes coming in, they're tallying more votes. It takes time to count all these votes, right? Boy, are his supporters and defenders, the people who are out there as his mouthpieces. You can watch a few of these folks, especially on social media, when they start to panic for him, right? They're panicking for him because he's got to be popular. And this light went off in my head of like in New York when he was cast, he could just never get in. They didn't want him at the Met Gala. He just couldn't get an invite to anything.
He's not Manhattan.
He's
Flushing.
He just like, no one wants you in the party, dude. You bring it down. I don't think he would have gotten even into Studio 54 if it wasn't for Roy Cohn. And the only reason Roy Cohn was getting in there is because he's not only was so depraved and probably had the best drugs, but he was the lawyer for the guys who ran the club. So the only way Donald could even get into that club was because he was holding Roy Cohn's hand like a toddler, bringing him in. Here, I'll get you in, Donald. So
I don't think that's how Roy Cohn thought of him, but go on.
I don't know what he was, if he was holding the hand, he might have been holding something else, but he went. That was his only way of sitting at the cool table. His whole life is about acceptance, about being popular. It's not about being adored. That comes at the other side of, oh, once I'm popular, people will adore me. I really think this guy, he doesn't get the invitation to the birthday party. And that's the wound. Like that's.
Oh my God, he's Ralph Wiggum. I just realized he's Ralph Wiggum.
Yes. And I think we have to really continue to reject him on that level of just like, no. And even like, we don't want you here because you ruin the vibe.